Welcome to Animate Universe channel, guys. Thank you for stopping by to my channel to watch my videos to show support. I just want to say, episode 115 tonight did not disappoint. You can even hear it in my voice. I'm excited. I was thrilled, man. I gotta tell you, this was a very satisfying episode. Next episode 116 is gonna be even more popping. But I gotta say though, this episode delivered. I think it delivered for us Dragon Ball Super fans. This series has come a long way from the beginning of the series when the animation was shitty until now when the animation gotten better. The animation of this episode delivered once again, just like 114. So let's get this video started. So when the episode started, you see Goku's already flying to the boulder of the rock and he breaks through. It's because when episode 114, she landed the right hook on him. She's like, this is my power. Boom. Punched him right in the face. Got him going. And the episode starts off right there. And then you see after, Goku gets up, he's like, man, their fusion is no joke. And Kefla is like, oh, that's not even the fullest extent of my power. And she doesn't even go Super Saiyan. She just releases more ki, more power in her base form. And when she did that, when she was powering up, you see the seams of the air going to Universe 7, and Krillin was shocked. He was like, man, we could feel her power all the way from here. I gotta tell you, man, I was impressed with the fusion between Kaio and Khalifa. I knew they were both strong, but I was not expecting her to have this kind of power, especially in her base form. So, what they did, because of the fusion happened, they displayed great speed and power, especially when they were split apart. When they were split apart, they were really strong and they were really, fast, but you combine the power of these two female Saiyans and their potential was endless because, man, she was quick and just in base form. Like I said, just in base form, she was pummeling Goku nonstop, and Goku was in Super Saiyan God form. So now after that, you see Vegeta's holding his own against Topo. Topo punching Vegeta, blocking it up. And then he gets quite concerned, with Kefla's power because he could sense it near Goku. But while he's being distracted, Topo goes right behind him and grabs him and starts choking him out. Just like how he did to Goku in the exposition match to show Zeno why they should do the Tournament of Power. And Topo was like, hey, since you ain't too interested in fighting with me and you want to be interested in Goku's fight, I can make you watch on the sideline. So that scene is over. Then Gohan and Piccolo, they show the Gohan Piccolo scene when they're fighting the Universe 6 Namekians. And the Namekian grabs Piccolo by the leg to try to trap him. And then the other Namekian throws a ki blast at him, but Gohan intervenes and the Demon Flash. Man, it's been a while since we see that move. And one of the old school moves from Dragon Ball Z. And Gohan knocks off that Namekian, well, not out of the ring, but he, knocks him off, and he breaks the other Namekian's arm. I don't know how to really pronounce his name, so I don't want to pronounce it. If you guys know how to do it, you can just say it in the comment section, because I feel too embarrassed to say his name wrong. But, we see that Namekian, he regenerates like Piccolo. Piccolo's like, oh, snap, you could do the same. To be honest with you guys, it shouldn't be surprising. They are the Namekians just like, Piccolo, so obviously they're gonna contain the same ability. They do look a little different, their color skin is a little bit darker than Piccolo. Piccolo is more like a lighter green, but that's pretty much about it. And they do look a little more less friendly. These Namekians look a little bit more sinister. I wouldn't say evil, but guarantee you more ruthless than the Namekians from Universe 7. So the next scene goes into the Supreme Kai talking about the Potala fusion because Zeno now allows it, because Zeno's like, fusion, and the Grand Prix says so. Potala fusion is allowed. So that was to be expected. That after the Zeno saw the fusion, he was very thrilled because he does have a childlike mentality that we're gonna now enable lift up the prohibited rule of considering it as a weapon. But I don't think it was considered as a weapon from the get-go because Master Roshi used the Mafuba and he used that little jar, the stealing jar. So the Potala fusion was a no-brainer to be legal. But the Supreme Kai suggested 18 and 17 to fuse, and Beerus is like, oh yeah, they're twins, they got the perfect compatibility, they do share some kind of bond together. And oh man, it was funny when Krillin was like, what? wait a minute, man. No. You know, that's his wife we're talking about. But the fusion is not permanent. It's not permanent, so at some point they would have diffused. Krillin would have got his wife back. But it would have been pretty interesting to see 17 and 18 fuse, because remember, they have unlimited stamina. They are androids. You know, they don't get tired out. So it would have been, like I said, I think it would have been a deadly fusion. I think that fusion would have been popping. It would have been interesting to see what would have happened if they did the Potala fusion, because remember, the Potala fusion had been stated in Dragon Ball Z is way better than the fusion dance. So I was hoping that they would try to explore that area. Maybe later on, because I think episode 117 said the androids, both of them, are going to face Universe 2. Universe 2 is going to go all out, because I'm assuming after episode 116, when Goku used the Ultra Instinct to eliminate Kafla, he might eliminate her. I think he will. If you guys don't, just tell me that in the comment section. Tell me why you disagree with me, that you don't think he's going to eliminate Kafla. But I think he will. But I think he's going to, okay. His Ultra Instinct power, I don't think we're going to see the full extent of his power until he fights Jiren again. But I do think we're going to see a more powerful form next episode, next week, which I got to tell you, I'm excited as hell to see, to explain this, to explore this kind of form, to see why this is so powerful, why is this very important. Obviously, the mastery stopped moving, but the God of Destruction had that fearful face when he first tapped into that form. And then you see when Champa sees it later in the end of the episode, which I will get to that he was like, what? How could it be? You know, but let me get back on track. So, remember that warrior in the next scene when he was going to fight Frieza? It's like, Frieza, you're my opponent. And then he goes that little mode, and then he disappears, and Frieza's like, okay, I'm just going to ignore that. You know, it was funny but stupid at the same time. He tries to, you know, sucker punch 18 when 18 was hurt, because she hurt her leg from the explosion. And 17 intervenes. He grabs him by the arm, and he's like, man, you know, I don't think hitting a lady in the face is right. And he's like, there's no mercy in the battlefield. It's like, yeah, sure. He key blasts him, and he starts flying away, and he says, bye. And then 18 was pissed, because she's like, yo, I didn't ask you for help. He's like, oh, he gets sarcastically back to her. I'll just pass him through. Don't be full of it right now. I thought it was funny that, you know, the brother-sister rival, you know how brothers and sisters are, man. We bicker. So I have a brother too, you know, very close to him. He's a very good guy, and sometimes we have our moments. We bicker. So I figure I like that scene. You know, you show that brother and sister bond. That, you know, you guys are siblings, you guys are related, but at some point you're gonna bicker. You know, at some point you're gonna be like talking shit to each other. All right. So after that scene, Kafla throws a key blast at some point to Goku, and at some point in the explosion, when the smoke was there, Goku transformed to Super Saiyan Blue so he can handle the key blast. He didn't deflect it, but he was able to block it, but didn't sustain a lot of damage. Now, to everyone's surprise, Master Roshi was like, what, Super Saiyan Blue already? And I forgot who asked this question, did he recover his full stamina? My question to you guys is, I think he recovered most of it for him to tap into the God Key to transfer to Super Saiyan Blue. However, I do not think that he's at full power just yet. So Kale, after that, Kefla, I keep getting the names confused because, you know, Kefla and then Kale. Sorry about that, guys. So, but anyways, Kefla transformed to Super Saiyan form. Now, her Super Saiyan form and nowhere near looked like Khalifa's. It looked like Kale. It kind of makes sense because, in my honest opinion, I do think Kale is stronger than Khalifa power-wise. Combat-wise, I would say Khalifa is the smarter fighter. The more, I would consider her the fighting genius out of the two of them. So, you know, you got the IQ of Khalifa and you got the power of Kale. Obviously, the combination of both, but Kale is more of the dominant side. And then Champa was very happy because because Vados, remember when Vados said that, you know, should they be careful that Kefla's facing Super Saiyan Blue Goku and not, you know, be too reckless fighting this man. And Champa was like, nah, I miscalculated their power. I didn't think they would be this powerful. But remember, this is Goku that we're talking about, guys. Goku is the fighting genius. So Vados made a really good point to not take Goku lightly, especially in a Super Saiyan Blue form, because Super Saiyan Blue, it gives you speed, but it also has a lot of power into it. And you see it in the episode. They were decking it out. And yeah, it just goes to show that Super Saiyan Blue form is much more powerful than Super Saiyan God form. Because the Super Saiyan God form gives you less power, but it gives you more speed. So the fight between Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Kafla, the ring starts to shake, and we state that their energy is getting even stronger. And Chopper was like, what are they trying to do? You're trying to break the ring. And because of that, immense energy between the two Saiyans, decking it out, you can see the ring is shaking. You can see that everything around them is exploding. It just shows how powerful the two of them are. But also, it just showed how powerful Goku is handling on his own against the Potala fusion. Because remember, like I said earlier in the video, the Potala fusion is a hell of a lot stronger than the fusion dance. So it's very impressive. And honestly, maybe Dragon Ball Super won't touch base on this, but I think Goku came out a bit stronger after the Jiren fight. Because when Saiyans are near-death experience or get beaten so badly and come back from it and recover, they come back stronger. So maybe in that case, possibly that's what happened to Goku. I don't know. Maybe Dragon Ball Super will touch on that, but I don't think so. But that's in my honest opinion, his Super Saiyan Blue form is a bit stronger than it was previously when he's facing because this is the Potala fusion. Let's be real. Kefla's Goku last episode couldn't sense a limit to her energy, so that tells you something. And she was on base form. Remember that. Then the scene flips over back to Vegeta and Topo, and then Topo is still holding him on the grip lock, but Vegeta just boom elbows him and then flips him over, and then Topo's knocked out. And Vegeta's sensing that Goku went to Super Saiyan Blue, and he showed that smirk. To be honest, we're seeing a little bit more and more Vegeta, and I'm wondering if Vegeta will get Ultra Instinct later on down the road in this arc, or maybe the next arc, or Vegeta's going to get a separate power-up. Now, I want to ask you guys this question. Do you feel that Vegeta should just have a different power-up than Goku? That he should not be falling under the same boat as Goku getting Ultra Instinct? Because, and I'm going to answer that question. In my opinion, I wouldn't mind Vegeta getting Ultra Instinct, but I would very much like to see Vegeta get a whole different kind of power-up, being a different class than Goku is. I would like to separate these two finally, to get one gets Ultra Instinct and another one gets a form that's so powerful that maybe could rival the Ultra Instinct or be evenly matched or maybe a little bit more powerful than the Ultra Instinct, and separates these two. Because I really like what they did with the rivalry of these two from the beginning when Vegeta was playing, catch up with Goku, and he basically he wasn't friendly. It wasn't a friendly rivalry. He still wanted to kill him. Remember when he first transformed to Super Saiyan 1 in the Dragon Ball Z in the Android Saga, and he's like the only person who kills Kakarot is him. So then later on, he starts to come to respect Goku, and this rivalry becomes more like a friendly rivalry. Like, I ain't going to let you surpass me. I'm going to surpass you, and he wants to be the strongest in the universe. So I would like to see that Dragon Ball Super take a different route and not follow the same route that they always have been by either Vegeta catching up or surpassing Goku in similar form. Because he did surpass Goku in the Future Trunks arc when he trained in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. You saw that he pummeled Goku Black with ease. And Goku was training, doing the Mafuba of Matsuroshi, which, to my point, it was very pointless for having Goku doing that because he never used the technique. It was more Trunks using it. And Trunks learned that in a split of a second by watching the video when Piccolo demonstrated it. But going forward, like I said, guys, give me your comments in the comment section because I really want to know what your opinion on it. Do you think that Vegeta should just get a different, complete set of form that is just equally powerful or could rival the Ultra Instinct? I'm very curious what you guys have to say about that because I will be watching the comment section and I'm going to respond back and give you my feedback on what I think it is and whether I disagree with you or not. Because like I said, I like a healthy discussion with my peers. So now, let's go forward after the Vegeta scene, overcoming Topo and sensing Goku going Super Saiyan Blue, and he showed that smirk. Goku tells Kefla she can't surprise him because she's like, don't you want to see me in that form? And she's, attacking him, and he's like, he's blocking, he's like, you're not going to surprise me, And then the exchanging blows, and then Goku had to use King Kai Fist, or in the dub version, Kaio-ken, because she uses the Ki Blast. Like, she throws the Ki Blast at him, and he used Kaio-ken, and he deflects it. Deflects it out of the way, almost hit Frieza, so Frieza moves a little bit out of the way and explodes in the back of Frieza. And she's like, this is it. You're going to go all out. I'm pumped up. Let's do this. She powers up, And I'm assuming that when Goku first transformed to Kaio-ken times 10, I'm assuming when he powered up again, he went to Kaio-ken times 20. When he went to Kaio-ken times 20, you know, you see in the sideline that Beerus is talking about how he's very concerned about it because Goku doesn't have enough stamina. So it right there and that point in time, that episode confirmed that the fact that Goku was not at full power, that Goku is exerting himself, he's pushing his body past his limit. So that right there just answers the question if Goku is in full power or not. But you know how Goku is in every arc, he always come through except for the Cell arc. In the Cell arc, his back wasn't against the corner. He transformed into a new form or got more powerful. It was Gohan that his back was against the corner. Android 16 was killed in front of him. As Android 16 gave him that inspiring speech to tell him, let go. Like, hey, it's not a bad thing to be violent, you know, to let go. You're just doing it to protect the planet and the people you love. But back on topic, he goes into Kaio-ken times 20 and he speeds up right in front of her. She tries to hit him. He dodges and then comes right back and he punches her right in the stomach real hard. And she flies back and Champa's like, oh my God, you know, what the hell, what's happening? And you see Kafla's very concerned. He's like, come on, Kefla, you know, she can stand up. I know she can. She stands up, she withstood it. And then Master Roshi was like, damn, she is well beyond her limit and she still took that clean hit. And we stated, you know, the reason why she's able to continue to fight is because she's a Saiyan. That she's got Saiyan blood flowing in her. So there's been plenty of talks about how Saiyans in Universe 6 evolve a lot differently than Universe 7 Saiyans. Yes, but at the same time, they are the Saiyan race. They're not that much biologically different. Yes, they're skinnier. They don't have a tail. Maybe that's just them. If we get a Planet Sadala arc, maybe we'll get more information about the Saiyan race in Universe 6. If they're that vastly different or they're just different in little areas, but they're pretty much like the same. Because I do feel like Kefla is the female version of Goku. Always wanted to fight, interested, wanted to be more powerful. So I don't think the Saiyans are that much different. But I like how we said it because that's the Saiyan that we all know we come to love. That they don't let them get anything holding them down. However, they overcome the obstacles and they keep fighting to protect the people they love. And in this case, Kafla is fighting for her universe, you know, not trying to get erased. So she throws another ki blast, but this time it's different. She says, no, she throws it at him, and Goku's, you know, said that's not gonna work. He does the Kamehameha, and the ki blast blows up, and there's an explosion. But her speed was so great that she ended up going behind Goku's back and kicks him in the face, knocks him out. Goku reverts back to normal form, and she's like, you know, I'm gonna, you know, kick you out of the ring and stuff like that. And Goku, you know, he twitches and then gets up and he says, not yet. And Kefla was like, oh, okay, you don't want to still fight? She gets multiple ki blasts. And that's when you start to see the Ultra Instinct aura comes around covering Goku. Not fully yet, but you see it start. And the first time that the multiple ki blasts that she throws at him, he deflects it. And she's like, what? That's a flute, man. That's a flute. Oh, hell no. She puts up another multiple ki blast. And he dodges them. Unconsciously dodges them. And she's like, you know, what's going on? Champa is really scared. And what's his name? Beerus. Beerus like, yo, what's going on? You know what I mean? And Whis was like, he didn't expect it to happen again. Because remember, Whis, from time and time again, Dragon Ball Super has reiterated their point that Ultra Instinct is not easy to master. And Whis has said it, that Lord Beerus haven't mastered it in the beginning of the series. And Whis has said it again, that not even the gods of destruction can master it. They have a difficult time attaining it. And also, too, I'm sorry about this, but I'm going to go a little bit more back. It's the form. Because Master Roshi said it, you know, that's the form that he used against Jiren. So I'm going to start calling it a form now. Because it's no longer just a technique. Though it is a form for, I guess maybe because it's a little bit different for Saiyans. That Saiyans have to go through a transformation. And that's why it's not just a pure technique alone. But Beerus showed a little concern. But then he got all excited. He said, I can't wait to see the Ultra Instinct in action. Then you see Goku, he powers up, and now the aura is back. It's covering all over him. The aura that we saw at the Goku versus Jiren fight special. The scene ends with Goku and Kafla, their faces, intertwined, and you see that it's Goku's in Ultra Instinct form. Now, when we see episode 116 preview, we see that heat again. Remember when they mentioned that heat when he first had that form? We don't know what it is. Maybe they'll explain it in episode 116. We're probably going to find out. But what episode 116 indicates that this Ultra Instinct form is a lot more powerful than the Ultra Instinct that we saw from the Goku versus Jiren fight. My opinion on this is that that's because Goku recovered a lot more stamina. He wasn't worn down because he was worn out when he was fighting off the spirit bomb. He fell into it, and instead of dying, he resisted it, and it took all his might. He was exhausted. So I guess he could say that he absorbed a little bit of the spirit bomb to use the power as a battery for him to sustain the form. But this time, this is Goku alone. This is Goku holding on to the form on his own power, his own stamina. So this is why you see it in the preview episode, he powers up and he's screaming. You see that all that power is bulging out and an explosion there, and Jiren comes out of meditation. That tells you that this form is no joke and that the potential of this form is endless. So that means, like I said, we are going to see a stronger Ultra Instinct form. However, I do not think that this Ultra Instinct form is going to be at full power. I think maybe 75-80% of his power is going to be shown. Because remember, this arc is not going to end anytime soon. It's going to end next year in March 2018 probably. But definitely next year. So this arc is going to be dragged out for a little bit longer. And honestly, from where this is going, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of story to tell. Now, my question to you guys is, how much of the Ultra Instinct form is going to be shown? Do you think that they're going to show either the full power of the Ultra Instinct, or they're just going to wait it out, tease us a little bit by showing maybe 75% of the power, and then when it comes to the Goku versus Jiren fight, part 2 special, if it's a special, but it's a part 2 fight, that he's going to be using the full extent of the Ultra Instinct power? And do you think that when he fights Jiren again, that he's going to tap into Ultra Instinct power willingly? Well, not willingly, at will. There you go, that's the right word, sorry. Well, you think he's going to tap into Ultra Instinct at will? I honestly don't know. I'm leaning towards a 50-50 that no, he's not going to tap it at will against Jiren. And yes, I would like to see more. When we find out in episode 116 when he's using the Ultra Instinct form, we'll see how that goes. And if they show that he's able to, have a better control of himself, him being himself, then yes, he will be able to tap it at will. But he will be exhausted after this fight, so he won't be tapping it anytime soon. But I will think that he will tap it at will if he's in better control of himself. Because in Goku versus Jiren fight special, that was not Goku all the way through. That was part of Goku, but I don't think that he was 100% all there mentally. It was like when he was in Super Saiyan form, when he first transformed in the Frieza saga, he was full of fit of rage. He even told Gohan, like when he yelled at Gohan, "You need to leave Planet Namek right now," and I'm barely controlling myself, So I think it's happened the same thing in the Ultra Instinct form the first time, that he wasn't 100% there. But I do think if he this time around has better control of it, then yes. So give me your guys' thoughts and opinion about this in the comment section. Tell me how excited you guys are. Like I said, do you think he's using the full power of the Ultra Instinct, or just maybe 75 or a little bit more than half of the Ultra Instinct? And do you think this time around, if you guys feel like you need more information, just say that. But if you want to make a prediction, if you guys think that Goku will be able to tap into Ultra Instinct at will, you let me know. You tell me why, and I would like your feedback, and I will respond back. Thank you guys for coming to my channel to watch my video tonight. I just want to, I want to show you my appreciation. I really appreciate the love that you guys are showing so far. And like I said, subscribe to my channel. If you have not subscribed, there's a subscribe button. So click on that, because this way you're going to get notified every time I post a new video. Have a good night, guys.